Here again. Our recording's in progress. And welcome from the northeast of Scotland to the bonniest city of Aberdeen. So delighted to be here. Thanks very much, Finn. As Finn alluded to, I was a drama teacher for many years and then worked in theatre as an actor, director, and magician. And I thought for tonight's contribution, what I'd do is to go back in time, read some stuff that's been read here before, some stuff that hasn't, in no particular order. When I was a professional magician, and I still work in magic, but I was a professional magician for some years, and spent a fair bit of time out in Vegas, both training and performing. And most of my poetry is written from things that I observe, people I see, and so forth. And this was a particular woman I noticed one night in Vegas, sitting at a fruit machine, a gambling machine. And it's called Looking Longingly in Vegas. She looks longingly, hair with ponytail and cheerleader smile, faded now, misted by wrinkles, a web of time has spun that smile. She looks longingly, wistfully she pouts and giggles at cherries she lost years ago. It seems she dated him. Now they meet again. She looks longingly at his sparkling light, shivers at his touch. Her fingers caress him. She always could press his buttons. She looks longingly as free play comes. Her hands nudge him on to the climax of action on double play bonus. But nothing again. She looks longingly at the silent window. He has failed her once again. His promise only empty, as before the last time he let her down. She looks longingly, pleading with him for more time with her, for her. Her smile fades and stages. Her eyes dim, like the promise of her beloved gaming machine. Still in the waterfall of noise, she looks longingly. Thank you. This is a love poem. Doesn't sound like a love poem at first, but it is a love poem. It's called Hacked. Yes, I get hacked off. Hacked at your cats. Hacked off at the mats in the bathroom when they leave them a mess. Yes, I get pissed off when we fight, and I know you're right, but I can't stop myself from trying to prove you wrong. Yes, you get up my arse when you leave your stuff lying around. We argue and I end up tiptoeing around in my own house in my own foul temper. Yes, you really fucking annoy me when you work 12-hour days to ensure that our days are easier for me to live without worry. Yes, oh yes, you really seriously upset me. But then you smile, just for a while. Your eyes walk me back over the miles of well over 50 years together, you and I. And I remember why I seriously piss you off. I always will. And then I remember that you love me still. Thank you. That's called Hacked for my darling wife. Okay, this is called Slowly Passing. It's based on an event that I was unfortunate enough to witness. It's really self-explanatory. Slowly passing. Passing slowly. Blue lights. Car upended. Roof downwards in a field. Slowly we drive past, knowing that civilized people don't look. But this is wild. This is feral. This is death. This is life exposed. Fragility. One moment when the silver car spun at speed, spinning topped at speed, the screaming of tires, the screaming of speed, the screaming of silence as death takes heed, the silence of fear as death comes near. In those last seconds, what did he think? Or did he think? Or just feel the serenity of near death? The blue car, its nose crushed into a compact snub of what it used to be. The family car, the funny, cute family car. The family stand now in the rain among the first responders, the ambulances, as blue light dances with the puddles on the road. Children's cries are muted. A stretcher covered passes into the darkness of memory. I look in my mirror, passing slowly. Blue lights. Thank you. This next one is called My Name, and it's a response to President Trump's justification, or one of his justifications, that the war on the one of the reasons for the war in Iran was to preserve safety in Europe. This is my fairly short response to that. Do not, in my name, launch that drone that destroys cities and kills innocents. Do not, in my name, dare to place one child in a lonely grave. Do not, in my name, fire that missile costing billions so that your back can be slapped. Brave chap. Do not, in my name, dare to wreak your political vengeance on another hospital, school, or loving home. You cowardly minister of war, you who stand and point the blame, you will not. You will no more speak your war in my name. Okay, thank you. David was speaking earlier on before we started about being Scottish and having Scottish roots. And this is a poem which I wrote just thinking about what is it that makes me proud to be Scottish, because I am very proud to be Scottish. So this is called Scottish. What is it that makes me Scottish? Is it because it's the land of my birth, the place I've been brought up in, that makes me my worth? Is it the smell of fried battered fish that fills my mouth? Or is it that I'm just not a great fan of going south? Is it the sound of the pibroch that touches my soul? My fists clench in pride at the Archie Gemmell goal? Is it my pride in my country's creations, the artists and inventors that helped build a nation? Is it the mountains with deep crags and cairns that makes me proud to be one of Jock Tamson's bairns? What is it about this that fills me with pride, that makes me stand straight and feel good inside? It's not wee tartan trinkets or Nessie stuffed dolls. Is it the fact that my country is a country for all? Be you Muslim or Sikh, black, white, strong or weak. Oh, yes, there are bigots in every town, but in this land, my land, they get shouted down. It's knowing that however low I might land, I will always find here a strong helping hand. I know what it is that allows me to stand free. It's a pride when I look at the world that I see, to extend my hand with the strength of my land, to say, I know who I am and who I am not, to look the world in the eye and say, I'm a Scot. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, a little response to AI. I read this, I think, a few weeks ago, 2 times ago, but just in case you missed it. I'm not very happy about AI. I don't like it very much. So this is called AI. What the fuck? 3 hours I spent on one poem the other week, writing, editing, seeking rhymes to fit the rhymes in my head. That being said, I took it to dinner alongside my other inner thoughts. I took it to bed, made love to it, rejected it, told I'd still love it in the dying of the morning. But when I woke up, my poem had pissed off, leaving only my rumpled mind behind. Later, visiting the interweb, I saw a poet called AI who'd written my poem with minor changes, better changes than I. The small poetic world applauded. Cheating, two-timing bastard, I yelled at my poem on the screen. Don't want to be mean, but come on. You said you loved me, wanted me, needed me, pleaded with me to write you, and then you cheapen yourself. You yell, not I. You go and get written by fucking AI. But I tell you this, once and for all, I'm not sending you, no, not at all, not sending you to be published by Finn Hall. So there. Okay, that's AI. Okay. Um, in the bio that you might have read online, you may have noticed that I am disabled. And I became disabled after a pretty serious accident, which has left me with missing vertebrae and metal cage in my back and metal throughout my body. However, it's mine and I get on with it. And this actually happened. Now, this happened in Walmart. We call it Asda in the UK, but Walmart in the US. And I was just shopping and I needed to go to the loo, as I often do. It's called Learn How to Dance. I was in the toilet, finishing up a number one, sitting down because I can't stand and pee. My balance is so poor, but hey, it's part of me. I heard a mother say, could you get a move on? My daughter needs the toilet. This one's for kids, not for adults and just for those with disability. I finished, zipping my flies in my mouth, held on to the bars to stop me going south, washed my hands carefully, gathered my stick, which I hate having to use, standing for a few seconds to check my balance was true, when the door was banged a few times. On opening the door, I saw her face like a melted gargoyle, twisted with the oils of anger. You're a disgrace, she said to my face. A fit guy exploiting the disabled as if you're not able. Pointing to my stick with disdain, she said it again. You're not disabled. You use that shit to get the benefits. I held my hand up to stop her waterspout of ignorance. But still, she went on with her bile. I thought, I'll leave it for a while. I'll deal with her later, as my eyes stung with tears. And to my surprise, a small hand took mine. Hello, said this small woman in a fine Scots tone, looking younger than me, but somehow older too. You'll nae remember me, Mr. Begg, she said, but you changed my life. Smiling, she said. You were my favorite. You gave me courage. You gave me skills to survive. You made me laugh with your awful jokes. You challenged me when you coaxed me to successfully speak to the class. You gave me pride in myself when there was none. You helped me to grow to become a good human being. You helped a lost and frightened child to reach her potential as an adult. You were my teacher. You taught me to act, to dance, to sing, to make me believe I could be anything I wanted to be. You taught me, you showed me how to recognize that all should dance with pride, regardless of ability. We are all beautiful inside. So if I never see you again, ignore fools like her. Many disabilities are unseen. See, she doesn't know how to dance. Her disability is ignorance. I smiled and walked away. Thank you. Okay, one place that moved me very much when I visited there, and one of the benefits of being disabled is that you can't keep up with crowds. And I was on a tour with my wife to Auschwitz, and the tour guide was moving far too quickly for me. So my wife and I kind of ended up wandering around a bit on our own. And the place had a very profound effect on me. It made me very angry, obviously, as well as moved. It's called The Gates of Auschwitz. In the beginning, the poet wrote the word, and the word was good. He allowed the word to drift into the air and wrote another to join it. The words gave birth to another, and the phrase was fair. Carried by the wind to the ear of man, the words were given a new home, nurtured, developed, and expanded. The poet was pleased with the human who planted ideas where words landed. The poet wrote as ideas grew, but some words drifted to the sky. The poet lost control of the strings as they fell to the ground to lie between the weeds and the stones. They grew to become concepts as the poet warned they would. He tried to rewrite, but his words were few as man devised new words to say how he would love, to say how he would hate. Human reveled and reveled in how he would skew new words for old, the warmth into cold. The poet cried tears for his lost word, the word he freely gave to the ears of man. Some gave the words to love, but too many more to create a state of art to break the heart of the poet above by using words that meant hate. The word itself was pure. The poet wrote that, sure of his meaning, but received a life sentence for what he had done. He had worked hard to be sure that all man had to say was Arbeit macht frei. The poet, in his sorrow for his written tomorrows, asked, was that me? Some laughed at the poet. Work sets you free. Thank you. That was called The Gates of Auschwitz. Thank you. Going into Doric now, I write in English and in Doric. Doric is the natural dialect, the home dialect of where I'm from, the northeast of Scotland, which I share with Mr. Hall. And this is written in Doric, and it's called 50. When I was a loon scraping machine, wearing down the blacking of my days, we're playing football. Wearing my balaclava in the wheat days. Say, it looked like he had impetigo before it rubbed your moo, like he was a manket bairn. 50 was all. Oh, hey, 50 was all. All monies and wifeys was 50. Couldn't imagine 50. 50 was art is all. Is that always my granda? Because he must have been 50 at least. I mind when my dad was 50. He was aye nifty though, and he'd like. But Ken, when he became 50, he started wearing a bonnet and one of those Pacamac rain jackets. He was an all manny at 50. There's something shifty about turning 50. I thought it'd be shite, but there's no why I'd ever be 50. Neither the less or 70. I looked in the glass the other day, and my dad looked back. Am I an all money? When did that happen? New from 70 summons the next big birthday. Jesus, fit I wouldn't agree to be 50 again. Okay, right. Thank you. This is one that I wrote a number of years ago, but every time I read anywhere, it's one that's always requested that people like to hear. It's just about, oh man, how our language has changed. Oh, and some of the changes that just irritate me so much. This is called staycation. Man, I hate staycation more than lurking in cold bus stations, much more the current holiday invocation. I fucking hate that word, staycation. No, it's not the going away. I love the occasional holiday. The trips to the Northwest Highlands and Gruner Bay with its pure white sands. Driving down the 74, I love the yearly pilgrimage to Somerset, the beautiful light of their sunset. That's when I quite like our United Nation. But fuck me, how much I hate staycation. It comes from the same stable as brunch. Just bloody decide, is it breakfast or lunch? And please don't tell me to chillax and piss off asking if I fill to the max. I love the thought of great recreation, but fuck me, how much I hate staycation. I miss writing postcards and piss smelling phone boxes, muddy walking boots and the hand knitted sockses, cold chips mixed with green mushy peas. Holidays at home are half filled with these. But I've been to the States on many vacations. But fuck me, how much I hate staycation. Staycation, staycation, the curse of our nation. Take a break, a day off, holiday participation in caravans, motorhomes, or down by the sea, and greasy cooked breakfasts in an old B&B. Whatever you do for your respite sensation, enjoy, girl or boy, with pug or Dalmatian. But please, please don't go on a fucking staycation. Okay, thank you. Just a couple more. I talked about being a teacher. I was a teacher for many years. I taught drama for about 30 years in a local high school, which I absolutely loved. And I alluded to that earlier on when I talked about being disabled. This again's in Doric. It's called Nagan. Do I have to gig? I dinna want to. For why nae, she says. Oh, dinna get woothy with me, I says. I dinna want to ging, right? There's more important jobs I could be doing. Like a bobby or a pinter, like an accountant or a printer, like a man if I digs the roads, or a baker or a butcher, or a doctor if I's inside and sews up the sutures, or a look, I just dinna want to ging. Nobody likes me. Nobody laughs at me. Some didn't listen to me. Some just take a piss. Hold on, she says. Listen to this. Aye, we'll need jobs straight like. Every job gings off. You've got to take it smooth with the rough. Hey man, is that wild? She says. The day you'll make somebody's day. And I, the day you'll give somebody the way to say, I'm me to the world. The day you'll give somebody the grace to stand up and perform Shakespeare. The day you might folk went to hear, the day you'll gie a bairn a smile at the henna head for a long, long while. That's fa you are. The day you'll mak some bairn a star. The day you'll touch the bairn rocked with fear that nobody else gets near. You'll be the een to reach her. That's why you have to ging, 'cause you're a teacher. Okay, right, thank you, Negan. Okay, is that about time, Finn? Is that, or time for a couple more?
Yeah, a couple of short ones would that'll do
Okay,
for me.
well, I'll do. I've got one long one, so I'll do this one, which is not too long, and it's right up to date, bang up to date, which it was written last night. And you might have noticed there's a World Cup going on, and you might have noticed that Scotland are playing there, and Scotland's got a kind of checkered history, and this is called World Cup mathematics. I mind back in '66 watching England with the World Cup with my dad on a black and white TV. Wondering even then, far was Scotland, but we beat them the next year, mind. And then, 74, for it was our war, nobody'd beaten us, but still we had to come home, kicked out again, a gallant failure. Then I mind going on the march with Ali's army in '78, lost to Peru, draw with Iran, then the sublime wonder of Archie Gimmell's goal. And just for 15 minutes, it was mathematically possible for Scotland to qualify. And then it wasn't. Mathematically possible is a phrase which has haunted Scottish football. Then, 94, Jim Leighton dropped a ball. 98, Tom Boyd scored an ain goal and a, but it was still mathematically possible. Then it wasn't. Then, 2025, saints alive, we beat Denmark on that holy necht. Man, for a glorious sect at McTominay goal. Then Curacao, fa. Then new last necht, 4-0 against Bolivia, fa. And the boys are ready to sing Flower of Scotland to the world again. Then, new lads, if you're going to get beat wheel. Nae doots this time. Nae nail-biting game against Brazil. Far we need 3 goals and France to score 8 afore we get through the gate by mathematically possible. Anything but that. I keep saying I'm nae watching Scotland playing again. That last game was the last, and then it's past, and I'm watching again, and I will be. Oh, just dinna. Please dinna. Nae even probable, because I'm recht gullible. Dinna hae a stink, for that last bar is crossable. That maybe it's time. It's mathematically possible. Go on, Scotland. Okay, thank you very much indeed, folks, for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you very much, Finn. So much appreciated, as always. Thank you, folks.